So I don't know that we trigger Phoenix Chick on this attack. Let's try it. We do not. That's 4 damage. I'm gonna make him respond to this. He does not respond to it. So 2-0 against horrible people with Sunset Revelry. I'm telling you, friends, when your resources are low and you want to feel good about yourself, CGB Mono Red. It's a quick way to go through an event. Hello, friends. Just wanted to talk about a red deck that is near and dear to my heart. This is a deck that I thought about playing for the regional championship in San Diego last week, but I ended up not playing. You can see by the name, it's CGB Mono Red Best of 1. I really like this deck, and in fact, if I go on a cold streak in events and I'm hemorrhaging gold and gems, this is the deck that I come back to rebuild my my gems pile. It's super consistent, especially in Best of 1, and like I said, I really like it. CovertGoBlue made a video about this last month, and it was entitled something like "Everybody Else Is Doing It Wrong," and I'm like, well, I'm really, have an affinity to somebody saying that everybody else is doing it wrong, so I tried it out. It's a red aggro deck, right? So it's got Kumano faces Kakkazan, Monastery Swiftspear to start, and then it's got Squee as its big hitter, right? It doesn't have any like Thundering Raijus or anything. What it has instead is only 20 land. This is the Best of 1 version, even though I have sideboard built. And the only difference is I wouldn't play a Sokenzan in a Best of 3 version. And I know that sounds silly. Like, Sokenzan is such a low opportunity cost card. But the problem is, in the sideboard games, a lot of the time, you want to bring in Koth, Fire of Resistance, to kill Shieldred. And the worst thing isn't if you don't hit your Koth. The worst thing is if you hit your Koth, but you don't have enough mountains to kill Shieldred. So, if you have 4 Koth and only 1 Sokenzan, there's some math that we worked out that maybe it's better to just not play any Sokenzan. But in Best of 1, the Koth's never going to come in, so it's no big deal. What do I like about this deck? So it doesn't have any Thundering Raiju, and that's one of the main things. I played Thundering Raiju in San Diego, but it's bad, and it's bad in like every matchup. And you side it out in every matchup. You side it out against Shieldred-based decks for Koth at the 4, and then you side it out against beatdown decks for more removal, which could include Koth at the 4. And I tried just playing Koth in the main deck, but I did worse. So it was really odd to me that Thundering Raiju was so bad. I hated it all the time, and yet it never left my deck. So I really like this deck. Why did I not play it? So San Diego, the regional championships, was an open deck list tournament, which means that you had a printout that they gave you at the beginning of the tournament that had your entire deck, and you had to hand it to your opponent at the beginning. This deck is very different than other decks in the metagame. It's got 4 copies of Blazing Crescendo, which is like a giant growth type effect that's also kind of a card drawing effect. Ancestral Anger, which is also a giant growth type effect that's also a card drawing effect. And it only has 20 lands. So it relies on Blazing Crescendo and Ancestral Anger to both draw its lands and keep it moving, and it has an outsized reliance on those cards just to deal damage. Right, so the deck that I played has this card Furnace Punisher, which is very good. I like Furnace Punisher. I don't like Thundering Raiju. So Furnace Punisher is a way to get free wins, especially against people who are going second, against people who have a lot of lands that come into play tapped. And this deck has Squee instead. But I felt like, when I say I mean Brian David Marshall told me, in an open deck list tournament, you go in and you hand somebody your deck list, they're just going to play so that you never hit them with Ancestral Anger and Blazing Crescendo if they can help it. Hopefully what you'll see in this event that we're going to play in, we're going to play a Best of 1 standard event, is that like my opponents are just going to tap out and they're going to get brained. They're going to get brained left, right, and center, and we're just going to walk away with victories. What's special and different about this deck? Only 1 Feldon. I don't know what the logic is around that, CGB just had one Feldon in his deck, so I just ran with it. And then 4 Reckless Impulse. So really the core difference between this deck and other red decks is 4 Reckless Impulse, 4 Ancestral Anger, 4 Blazing Crescendo. They move your deck forward, and you see a lot more cards. And at the same time, it allows you to play fewer physical land cards in your deck, while actually potentially seeing more lands than you would normally see. Which is kind of really cool, don't you think? Hopefully, we will see that it's really cool in a second. Alright, I've deposited the gems that I won with the Sam Black deck to play best of 1 with CGB's Mono Red deck. Hopefully we're going to win the roll a lot. Hopefully our opponents are going to get brained by Ancestral Anger a lot. Abracadabra. Opponent goes first. This hand stinks, but we're going second. We have 2 1-mana plays, and if we get a second land, we're going to be able to go off with Blazing Crescendo and Reckless Impulse, hopefully. All right, black-blue. Should be a good matchup for us, depending on how they tap. They could have a cut down here, which would stink. Officially stinks. Good job going first. All right. Monastery Swiftspear and Phoenix Chick coming in. I don't think that they are like a Thalia deck because they've already played 2 instants. So hopefully they're not a Thalia deck. A Thalia deck would really stink because all of our stuff costs 2 right here. I'm going to cast Reckless Impulse just to dig towards land. You want to play Reckless Impulse in this deck before you play your land, typically, for exactly this reason, where I flipped over 2 land. If I had played a land and then cast Reckless Impulse post-combat or something, I would not have been able to get value from both. I'm going to brain the opponent for 2 here. That is an excellent card. We keep that under the reliance that we're going to draw a 5th land. We're just going to attack now. Wandering Emperor. So they're down to 2 cards, which is fewer than our 3 cards. They have 18 life to our 20. I'm going to probably brain them with Lightning Strike at the end of turn, and then hopefully get them good with Bloodthirsty Adversary. Jace the Perfected Mind. This is a perfect situation for us. Probably just going to draw cards here, which will make Jace go down. So, what are you doing? All right. That was an atrocious play. Just, like, straight up atrocious. So the opponent has literally 1 card in hand. If it's not a cut down, he's going to lose his Jace for nothing. Whereas we just basically drew 2 extra cards, and we have like multiple Ancestral Anger in our graveyard now. So like the next Ancestral Anger is going to be Baller. Attack here, and then we're going to send the freebie Goblin over there. So I think we're going to win by a mile. I don't even know what he's going to have. That was just literally just throwing away cards. He doesn't have a direct answer. I'm going to play Phoenix Chick and rebuy Phoenix Chick on this attack. Post-combat, we will play Kumano faces Kakkazan. That Jace play was really bad. I don't even know what he could have yet. Like, it's... just do nothing. I might have done nothing back. Probably would have cast a 2/2. But I wouldn't have 100-1'd you. What do we get here? Claim prize. Haywire Might. People play that in Modern, I think. I think people have summoned that against me in, like, maybe Hammer Time. All right, here. Opponent goes first. Not our lucky day today. Swiftspear. Normally, I like this deck in the mirror quite a bit, except for they went first. I'm gonna nuke his Swiftspear because it's just too complicated. That's the answer. So we're slightly behind, and that's as a result of going second. If he wants to remove our Ronom, we're going to get a card back. Same is not true for the adversary over here. Second adversary. If they don't draw a land, I like our position a lot. Yeah, I'm going to Crescendo. I would have liked it more if I had a 1-mana spell back. So we're even on the race, but they don't have a land. I think that we're going to be able to... They could have a Squee here. That's actually very bad. No Squee, okay. I'm going to play Reckless Impulse pre-combat. See if we draw something good. And just attack. So we can play with Fire as an instant. Like if they draw Squee. It's certainly going to get played this turn so that we don't get brained by Bloodthirsty Adversary. Play with Fire. So 7. Strike. Oh, we're very close to dead. Congratulations on going first, I suppose. Raiju. Yeah, they went first. I guess I'll make them do it. I mean, that's also a bad play. Like, you know that I have Play with Fire up. Might as well just put it on your own Raiju. Bad times, man. Ugh. 1-1. I mean, what are the alternate plays? Like, we could have Lightning Strike their Raiju. We would have still just lost to the 2 adversaries. 3 straight games going second. Not what the mono red deck wants to see. Our draw's pretty good. Unless they have Cut Down, which would stink. So I am gonna get my money while I can. Unfortunately, we revealed a Blazing Crescendo. We're kind of pot committed to using it. So I'm going to attack. I'm going to throw this at the Phoenix Chick, so if they have to use removal, then we're going to get a buff on the Monastery Swiftspear anyway, and then... It was a free card. Really? Do you have a cut down? That was kind of a terrible play. They're at 8. So they could have Shieldred. Archfiend of the Dross. It is 2, 5. All right, if we put this Ancestral Anger +1, +2, that's 3, that's 4. That'll put him to 7. I'm going to cast this just to cycle it. We're not going to get a good attack in here anyway, but just to cycle it, and then we're drawing the land there. No attackers. Cancel attacks, cancel attacks. Like if they tap out, we just kill them. Underdog. Sure. Crew. No fun. That tenacious underdog attack was incredibly egregious. I think we would have won anyway, but it was just really bad. I think you can see, like, people play badly against this deck in part because they just don't know what's coming, I suppose. As you can see, the games are much faster than the games we played with Sam's red-white deck. You can, like, bang a bunch of events out per day with this. All right, we go first. I'm going to play Phoenix Chick to start, in part because Monastery Swiftspear has no buddies. This hand actually kind of stinks for a hand that's going first that has 3/1 drops. If the opponent is playing, like, mono blue, this hand's really good. If they're playing, like, anything else, it's kind of bad, right? So he played Skybridge Towers. Like, we could easily just get, you know, them making 2/1/1s and gaining 4 life this turn. That's well within the range of available plays in Standard. I'm a Psychic. The correct block is just 1 on the Swiftspear, I think. That's really heinous that you play that main deck. Like, it's not very good, but it's great against us. It's just, like, literally great against us, and just a kind of a bad card in general. Probably has another one. I talked about open deck lists earlier. One of the things that was a heartbreaker for me was... of course he has another one. Was in San Diego. I had an opponent who I knew had 2 Sunset Revelries after sideboarding, and just had them both. I guess we wasted the Lightning Strike. It's going to be exiled, I think. Just like, this is just so egregious. And of course the shuffler made them have it, right? Like, they should be at like 6 right now. Shoulda, woulda, coulda, right? Probably should use the Lightning Strike. They don't know what's in our hand. They might block badly. If they block badly, it's like no great loss. The Monastery Swiftspear was a free card. We're so rich we didn't need to use his Lightning Strike. Experimental Augury. Dig yourself to another Sunset Revelry, presumably with that. The opponent could have like a Depopulate here, which would be pretty good for us. possible I shouldn't have played the land, but if they have like a Syncopate, it's better. Come on, play with fire. Come on, play with fire. We have point removal for Phoenix check. This color combination does not have great point removal for non-attacking creatures, but they could have like a March, or a bounce spell, or a Syncopate. That is exactly what we predicted, which is why we played the land. And his blocks are atrocious. I'm going to take 5. Go to dead on board. If they have a sweeper, they could just be dead. Have you ever double kicked a Bloodthirsty Adversary? Ooh! Okay. Go to 8, but we have a card drawing spell here. It's just sitting around for us. Of course, he's probably just going to farewell. Farewell would be the worst. We would lose this, and Bloodthirsty Adversary would become sad. Depends what we draw. I think my bias is to use the clue instead of casting the Bloodthirsty Adversary, but I don't know what we're going to draw. Witness the future. Okay. Get back your stupid gain 4, make 2 dudes. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I mean, they could easily be dead. Right, like they're just in trouble to a prowess trigger. It's 5, it's 7 already. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. Give us a prowess trigger. Give us another prowess trigger. Give us a Dubious Monarch. Presumably this is going to have double kicks if they don't die this turn. They're going to need to have a heck of something for 3 mana right here. So this is 6, 7, 8, more than 10 damage coming in. 11, I think. Then double counters on Kumano next turn. Not a good situation. I mean, it was good for us. So we beat second and third turn, gain 4, make 2 dudes. It's a heck of a testimony for this deck. All right, three wins and 1 loss so far. Our loss was to a red mirror. On the draw, mind you. We also haven't had a good draw yet. Right, so this deck wants to play Kumano faces Kakkazan into either a 3/3 or like a cascading number of aggressive Monastery Swiftspear types in the first couple of turns. So we haven't gotten that draw yet. Opponent goes first. This hand is okay. It's not like super enthusiastic, especially going second, but it's okay. We have plays on like turn 1 and 2 and 3. I don't even know what I want to draw. Guess I want to draw an opponent who plays come into play tapped blue land on turn 1. Jeskai. Alright, I'm going to make it attractive for them to have Brotherhood's End if they have it. And then come in with Squee the next turn. I'll throw a chick in. Why not? Squee rebuys chicks in 2 attacks anyway. Alright, so they're at 12. Net 6, net 4. Dead on board if they do something silly. That's 4 on the battlefield. 8, 9, 10, 11, you know. Impulse. This is counting as silly to me. It's Xaxes, though. So, like... Sunset Revelry. Barf. What is it with all these terrible people in their Sunset Revelries? Like, they're just not good people. Maybe I'll double block the Squee. I'd like to keep that. That's a good card. I'm not going to cast it this turn, but it's fine to have. One, two, three. Sorry, Phoenix Chick. We'll rebuy the other Phoenix Chick next turn. Don't have another Sunset Revelry. It's just not a good person if you have another Sunset Revelry. It's like, what is it with these people with their Sunset Revelries? I was playing a white control deck in the last video, and I didn't play Sunset Revelry. It's just like a mean thing. It's like, how mean can I be? Just like tap out for a Mind's Place apparatus. Just do that. Augury. Okay. The Augury better not get you a Sunset Revelry. I'll tell you that right now. I'm going to send a protest to the High Court. So, I don't know that we trigger Phoenix Chick on this attack. Let's try it. We do not. That's 4 damage. I'm gonna make him respond to this. He did not respond to it. So, 2-0 against horrible people with Sunset Revelry. I'm telling you, friends. When your resources are low, and you want to feel good about yourself, CGB Mono Red. It's a quick way to go through an event. Ugh. We go first, but this is our hand. Hate it. Okay. Keep 6. I throw this back. Hate that. 1 drop, that hand would have been great. Or at least keepable. Soldier. This hand's okay. We're going to flip over Kumano faces Kakkazan before they can do anything nasty about it. So, like, their best play is probably, like, Dennick. Like, Thalia doesn't do anything against our hand, really. And we can, like, remove Dennick from the game with Lightning Strike. I'm not sure about this play. It's super unclear to me what the better play is. Like, I think holding a card that does 3 is good because he has Dennick and, like, Sky Strike Officer. But I'm not sure. By not being sure, I mean I'm a genius. Clearly. Gonna chump. Gotta be in, like, chump mode. Chump is really bad here. He's gonna save 3 damage, but his Yoshin frontliner is gonna go to the remove from game pile because of Etching of Kumano. Recruitment Officer. Valiant Veteran. Let's nix Valiant Veteran. If I attack with both, he'll block Etching of Kumano with Recruitment Officer. We'll have the option of getting in 6 or killing his only blocker. I think I'd rather do this, honestly. Right, like, this is 5, 6, 7, 8. He's at 6. He needs to have, like, kind of 2 defenders. Again, the Brutal Cathar would count as 2 defenders. Yeah, this is probably not enough. If he blocks here, then I think he's dead to Squee, right? Block here. 1, 2, 3. Oh, no, it's only 5. But he has to block here for a bad trade. Goes to 1. I do not think there's a card he can draw. All right. We go first, and we've got a draw. Sometimes you want to play Monastery Swiftspear first, but with this hand, I'm going to play Bloodthirsty Adversary first. Then we might get a land into like Swiftspear Crescendo, which would be fantastic. I mean, no matter what, they're going to be behind because we had first turn Kumano faces Kakkazan. Like, it's arguable that their best play is just Lightning Strike the Bloodthirsty Adversary. If we draw a land, then we just go like naturally go land. Oh my god. 2 cards to deal with that. Terabad. Our next turn is going to be Insanity. All right, so we're going to be like, we're 3 power ahead and 1 land ahead on the board, versus 1 more card in hand. But I don't know what they could have. If they have like Squee attack, we're going to 1/1 Adversary. I don't even know what their attack is. I want to keep Squee alive. Play this. They need to have like good removal this turn. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the battlefield that we're showing. Oh, okay, maybe less. We have like 2 in the festivities. That would be insane. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 coming in. They block there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on the prowess. Easy game. I really like this version of the mirror. It has so much initiative. It's so much faster. Cards cost 1 and 2 instead of costing 4. I really don't like Thundering Raiju. I know that we lost the Thundering Raiju in a previous game, but I assume that deck had Thundering Raiju when we ran them over. It just so happened we went second, and like our draw was slow. Like we didn't have a 1-drop that game. Okay, what are we, 6 and 1? We have a loss to give. Doesn't mean we should give the loss. We have a loss to give. This is insane. Like we're gonna finish this event under 40 minutes. Like we're gonna clock in at like 3 minutes a game or something. Neoclis. Michael J versus Neoclis. Come on, going first. You go first. Kumano faces Kakkazan. I'll keep this. This hand is highly imperfect, but could get there. I like that. The best is if they're gonna try to get us with cut down. Sorry. Counterspell your cut down. When I say the best, I wasn't kidding. I wasn't like, it would be pretty good if they did that. I mean, like, we will annihilate them if we did. They literally like, counterspelled their best removal spell, and they took 5. For my next trick, I'm going to remove your blocker. Pretty bad for them. I didn't realize they missed a land drop also. I think there's like almost no way out. We're going to lose the Reckless Impulse. Auto pay. I'm going to do Play with Fire because if they have a point removal spell, they can get us like a pseudo 2-for-1. No thank you. We're showing 7. They're at 4. Cut down. We need 2 removal spells here. Even if they have 2 removal spells and a Shieldred, we kill them on upkeep. Pew pew! That dress actually would have been pretty good. Gotta tell you. There's a strike in our hands. Harvester. Yep. Alright. That's officially game. Let's make it look like it was close. Ugh. I'm telling you, if you're ever down on resources, you want to play in point, play CGB's red deck. I'm not saying I regret playing the deck that I played. I put a lot of work into the red deck that I played. Like I said, I made Mythic Top 100 really quickly, playing best of 3 with it. It's a good deck. I just don't like Thundering Raiju, and I really like this Reckless Impulse sort of deck. It's just, in open deck lists, it's just terrible. Like, your opponent just knows that you have Ancestral Anger in your deck, and they just, like, leave up Cut Down mana all the time. Claim prize, what do we get here? 500 gems, A+. A play-in point, A+. What do we have? 3 Phyrexia, all as one. So 34 play-in points right now. So that's pretty baller. And our Mythic standing is probably going to give us another 20 play-in points. I don't plan to fall out of top 1200. So what do we got here? Bloated Contaminator. That's a real card. Blue Sun's Twilight. I suppose some people play that card. And Malcator, Purity Overseer, I've never seen in my life. The thing that is amazing to me is that I play Standard 5 times a week or more, and I have just never seen half of these cards in my life. So if you like this video, I'd love it if you told your friends that Michael J is back in the video/content/blogging game. And if you like it, tell them. If you thought that the analysis was good, give us a like, give us a share. And then also support the nice people at Cool Stuff Inc. My promo code is Flores, FLORES, and we'll put bumpers in like we did last time. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate your time.